What up, what up, what up? Wah, 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 wah. Wah,
Oh
wah,
my
wah,
goodness.
wah.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I look like I've been with kids all day.
I look like a mess.
Um,
Oh my
I still have
goodness.
to get on the Twitch.
So today, I know that we're not we're about to
I,
start. I
I,
just want to
I keep
say
forgetting to do the.
I just want to say that today I went to work for all of 10 hours. I was at work.
Um,
And it's so different from like
gosh darn it.
parenting. Oh, it's so different from parenting. And I missed my kids so much. And I when I left today, I was like, I'm going to work. I was excited. I'm don't feel that way now. No, I don't. It was brutal. It was brutal. And Jesse kept sending me beautiful pictures of them doing beautiful things, and I was like
Mm-hmm.
stuck at work. It was sad. It was sad face all day. Um.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So our parenting topic today is.
Wait. I'm
I'm
doing the things.
waiting.
I forgot to do the stream info.
Oh
Um,
no. He forgot to do the
stream.
stream
I keep forgetting that.
info. So while he's doing that,
Sorry.
let me tell you a little bit about my day, I guess. I went to work. It was super early. I mean, not like
Okay.
Ollie woke up at freaking 5 o'clock again, but he woke up Kai. Well, Kai was already a little bit waking up. But you know what? They slept through the night, and that was really nice. I was like,
Uh-huh.
holy cow. I wasn't even that mad, except that, ooh, I was a little mad because he woke up. He like super woke up Kai. Like Kai would have gone back to sleep, I think, but Ollie was like, "I'm gonna play with him." And anyway, it was fine. In the end, it was fine.
Anyway.
But uh, and then I was like really excited to go to work, and I was just like, so long. It was just so long, and it wasn't even like hard at all. But like, I mean, there, you, I can only. I was like so bored. I could only look at like my phone so many times, and it was just I ended up just making work for myself, like just doing things that like
Wait. Rewind that because we'll just make that. No, never mind. Keep talking. Keep talking.
it was
You were
just
just bored.
it was just and I was ready to come home. And it was fun and fine to talk to people, and that was exciting, but like
Yeah, being at home is never boring.
no. No. It's a different I appreciate both.
We'll talk about that next time.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the differences and like an
Yeah.
update on the differences.
Yeah. All right, what's our topic for today? Jesse's going to surprise me.
Season 2, episode 2, food and children.
Oh my goodness. If ever there was a topic, if you're a parent and your kid is not finicky in any way, what do you do? What magic have you done to create this unpicky eater?
I think most of the magic that you see in children, even the parents are like, what did I do? Like, this is the easy part. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, both of our kids have like moments where they're both really like, I'm not going to eat that. I don't care that you made it with love, that it took you a long time in between harsh parenting times. Um,
Yeah.
I
I
don't.
I feel like uh sometimes I rock it, but it's like the thing about food and parenting is like um
You made some really nummy stuff
I
today.
did.
Kai didn't
I
eat any,
did.
like almost any of it.
The biggest problem is that even when you rock it, you don't know if your children are going to eat it. Even things that they like you could have made it 3, 4 times and they loved it those 4 times. And then the fifth time they're like, no, I don't like this anymore.
Yeah.
Uh,
They do say, though, they
mhm.
do say that you have to show your kids the same food 7 times, like a brand new food 7 times before they'll actually like
Yeah.
make up their mind about it.
Yeah. That's true.
So there is that, but
Yeah.
um,
Well, the other thing,
goodness.
maybe this is maybe this only applies to when you have two kids, but like it could apply to just you and your child. Like if your child has way different eating tastes than you, like the things that you want to eat versus obviously the things they want to eat. Um Having to prep multiple things. Like Ollie doesn't like cheese, and neither of them really do great with cheese like internally.
I mean, Kai doesn't mind.
No, but like with I mean even with switching from trying to switch from formula to whole milk,
Oh
like his
yeah, he
body
did
just
with
rejected
like
it.
with
So clearly
lactose or whatever.
his body doesn't have an affinity for dairy, which isn't uncommon, right? So but Kai
Mhm.
likes cheese and Ollie doesn't, and I don't eat cheese, but you do, and cheese is really delicious. So, and it's like in a lot of things for kids that are simple, like not too like not a type of spice, not like hot spicy, but just any type of like, and this is bland. Like
Mhm.
kids like bland food. I feel like sugary bland food compared like they don't like the extreme tastes of like raw vegetables as much, like most kids don't. Like they don't like too rich or
Oh yeah, Ollie
too,
likes carrots.
yeah, but carrots have like a sweeter starchier
Kai
taste than
likes
like,
celery.
yeah, that's true. Ollie liked onions when he was a baby. But like I think in general, for most foods, they
Yeah.
don't, and they go through stages. But that's the other thing. They go through stages. Kids go through stages with food.
It's never ending. It's
Yeah.
never ending. You feel like you have something figured out. You're like, great. The one thing, and I'm going to knock on wood because I'm going to try to feed this to them tomorrow. But like the one
That's true.
thing that like I feel like they've always liked and they like always eat it no matter what is tuna, like canned tuna.
Yeah.
They'll eat it. Delicious in their tummies. They want it. Always have liked it. I hope that is true tomorrow because they do. They change. They change. What did Ollie? Ollie used to like grilled cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't eat it. Won't eat it.
Yeah.
Sometimes he will. Sometimes he won't.
He never liked tomato soup until a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. He likes tomato soup now, which is great.
Yeah.
Sometimes he doesn't like eggs. Sometimes he likes eggs.
A lot.
Like
Sometimes.
so much. Like you'll make him 2 eggs, 2 whole full eggs for his little tiny body,
Yeah.
and he'll shove them down. And sometimes you'll make him like, we'll do 3 eggs for like 3 or 4 eggs for like all of us, and he won't even touch them. He won't even touch them.
Yeah. Sometimes.
So like, what do you do? What do you guys do? I'll tell you what we do. We scramble. We recently have been doing smoothies thanks to Jesse because if they're not, they'll drink a smoothie and
Almost
just,
all the time.
yeah, they will
Yeah.
almost all the time drink a smoothie. So that's our fail safe. If for whatever reason, oh my gosh, we made the horrifying mistake, which I mean, I was like, oh, when I read, but like they were like we were buying like protein bars for like kids, like kid protein bars. And I don't even remember why I started looking into it. Like I honestly can't even, but one day they ate like 5 of them. Well, Ollie ate like 5 and Kai had
Yeah.
like 3. I don't know what I was doing and I was like researching something or other and it was like just be careful with protein bars because they have a lot of calories and they children could get like overfed. And I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
my Jesus." So we started limiting like protein bars to like 1 a day, but it's like too late because I mean too late not in the sense that we can't like stop it because obviously we did, but it's like too late in the sense of like they already love them.
Yeah. I think you have one. It's just each one of them is like 110 calories. So if they have
Yeah.
5, that's 510 calories, which is like a quarter of what we need to eat as adults. I don't
Mhm.
know.
I don't even know how much like
I don't know what like the average calorie level is per like weight or
yeah.
like gender and weight and age. I don't know.
Oh my, I wish
But
mm,
yeah.
yeah. So like that was like our go-to, like, oh, we had a weird lunch where nobody decided
Yeah.
they wanted to eat anything.
It was
So we'd be
all
like, all right,
carbs
just
or
take a protein
nothing.
bar. But no, like that's not a good idea. Don't do that. Learn from us.
Yeah. What I've been wanting to do recently is make a list of like the macros, like just a list, like on a piece of paper. On like one half it says macros, one half it says micros, right? Because like macronutrients, protein, carbs, fat,
Hmm.
like like just trying to figure out at this moment in time what are the go-to foods that they like that have those things. Like
Yeah.
for carbs is like, are they on a bread kick? Are they on a pasta kick? Are they on a
Oh, they
rice
like
kick?
pasta sometimes, and
Yeah.
sometimes they won't touch it.
Sometimes they'll eat nothing but rice for like 3 days.
And then sometimes it's like the yuckiest thing they've
Yeah.
ever tasted, they've ever even like put in their mouth. They hate it. They don't want it.
Yeah. And then with proteins, like what are they eating? Okay, he like right now he's eating burgers, and right now he's only eating chicken sausage, and right now like he's only eating like pistachios, and like he just loves those. So let's like keep getting those. You know what I
Like
mean?
fun tip for like if this is your jam, if not, like it's okay, like it doesn't matter. But like Ollie really enjoys Happy Meals, but only because of the toy. But he'll actually eat the burger, which was new for us because before he wouldn't eat the burger. He
Yeah.
wouldn't eat it. He literally would just take off the bread, take off, and we even get it plain, like because he doesn't like cheese, and it just comes like the bun and the burger, and he would not eat the bun.
Yeah.
He would just eat the burger sometimes, but like he started liking them because they came with toys. But it was like we can't just go and get like, you know,
Yeah, we do like 5 or 6
burgers.
times, and then we just decided not to do that anymore.
So we bought this
Or as
like,
much.
yeah. So we bought these like these like at home,
Yeah, just on Amazon.
yeah, off Amazon, like these at home like Happy Meal things. Obviously, they
Like,
don't look like.
well, because they're like party favors. Basically, you can say like party favor boxes or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
kids party boxes.
yeah,
They
yeah.
look like, I mean, and they have like colorful things.
Yeah, we have like
outside.
a jungle safari theme.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just put the burger in there with some fries, like wrapped in wax paper or
Mhm.
parchment paper or whatever floats your boat. And we bought like bulk party favor toys.
Yep. So just like a
Um,
bunch of little like slinkies and whistles and
yeah,
glasses, and
yeah,
then we bought a couple of things that were
bigger.
like bigger but still less expensive, but like specific to things that he liked, like Gigantosaurus toys or
Yeah.
like little like figures.
And we just give him like one, and those are like every now and then. And
Yeah.
well,
Well,
in
whenever like
general,
literally whenever he wants a Happy Meal, we're like, okay, we'll get burger things, and like he
no, but I was
once
gonna
every
say is
couple
like
weeks.
we only do that like every now and then. We only like do home Happy Meals. I
Uh-huh.
mean,
Yeah.
every now and then, and we
Well,
don't really go out that much anymore
yeah.
anyway for that. But we only do the like the bigger, more expensive than the like party favor slinky
Mhm.
toys. Like even less, like even more now and then.
Yeah.
You know, like normally we put like the really cheap slinky whistle
Uh-huh.
toys in there, like one, and then like every like I don't know. We've only given him two anyway. Well, actually, we've only given him one because we give kind ones now too because we didn't even think about it when we ordered the things. We were
Oh.
thinking of Ollie,
Yeah.
and then like halfway through that, Kai was like, "Where the freak is mine?"
Yeah.
And it was like, "Oh, Kai, you're starting to realize that
Yeah, he's
you
at the
can have
age where
things too."
he's at the age where he actually looks and like processes in his brain that he's being like left out of whatever's happening.
Yeah, yeah. I
So
can't
for
do that.
food,
I
for
can't.
food, he's like, okay, we're like driving, and Ollie has a snack. Like, why don't I have a snack?
Yeah, and it's just
Uh,
yeah. So
life's not fair.
yeah. All right. Okay. All right.
No, I'm saying he's saying that in his head.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And so like we also like every now and then like it's like a special treat to get like to go to like the coffee cart and get like if we get a coffee because it's like whatever and it's gonna be a long
Yeah.
day and it's gonna be a long night.
Yeah.
We just like get ourselves a coffee and we used to get like Alia hot chocolate, but we can't do that anymore either. We can't do that anymore either because not even anything to do with the chocolate, not even anything to do with like how unhealthy or whatever XYZ because we get it with like whipped cream and stuff. Like if you've ever gone to get like a kid's hot chocolate, it like they ask you if you want whipped cream and Ollie always says yes. Kai's like, "Where's mine?"
Yeah.
And so we can't do that anymore either. We're like like he knows that he's missing out, but he doesn't understand that he's too young
Yeah.
and that he has to miss out. And like before you were mentioning too, just like in general about like house things or something, like we never had to think about that with Ollie because we just never have those things in front of
Yeah.
him. But like we can't not have those things around like Ollie.
Yeah.
And so Kai's like, yeah, like where's mine? I'm waiting.
Yeah.
And it just seems unfair to exclude him. Like I can't exclude him. Like I just couldn't. It's just so sad.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for both reasons. One, because it's like, well, yeah, there's no way to explain to him why this is fair. And like it is, but he doesn't know that. And so we have to try to not do things that exclude him. But then Ollie has specific wants and needs. And when we can't do them because it's excluding Kai, because it's not fair to Kai, like that's not fair to Ollie. You know what I mean? So with food, I mean, it just like, yeah, there's lots of foods that Ollie can eat safely that Kai can't. Like we couldn't just hand Kai like
Popcorn.
popcorn or an ice cream bar or
Like
You know what I
like
mean?
when we had popcorn, like I don't know if you guys like follow our social media or whatever, but like I posted on my Insta the other day about we had like our first ever movie night, and side note, it was like magical,
yeah.
and it was like unplanned, and it just happened organically.
Yeah,
and it
we
was
were just like cleaning up, and then we all decided to snack, like give Ollie and Kai some snacks, and then it was like Ollie wanted to watch Nightmare Before Christmas, and so we all just like literally all four of us just sat
Yeah.
down and snacked.
Yeah. I feel like Kai was like, we could have been doing this the whole time. Like this was an actual activity. Like we can snack forever because he's my eater. Even though he's picky, he eats all the time. He's hungry all the time. He wants all the food in his mouth. And so like he was just like in absolute heaven, and he actually sat pretty much still for the whole entire time before bedtime. We didn't end up finishing the movie because I mean it was kind of long, but anyway, so
Yeah.
I don't know what I was gonna say. I don't know where I was going
Well,
with that. Oh, the
snacks,
popcorn.
yeah, the popcorn.
Yeah, like even though
And
we
the
had
hard
popcorn,
chips.
yeah, like I would like make sure that I just gave him the soft bits, and
Yeah.
I was taking away like all the kernels, like biting off those parts and just giving him like the tiny, which is what we used to do with Ollie. And yeah, and we also had like chips and guac and stuff, but like it was too much for Kai. He was like he couldn't chew the chips obviously, and so I like started crushing them into really tiny pieces, and Jesse helped, and we would like crumble them into the guac.
Yeah.
And he like was eating that by the spoonful.
Yep.
But he does
And-
that anyway. He absolutely
Yeah.
loves guac and avocado.
It was a
just
good
shoves
little
it in.
spread for that like
Yeah.
almost over an hour that we spent.
And you know what? They actually slept really well that night.
They did. They did sleep really well that night. Yeah. We had popcorn and chips and guac and beef jerky. And then
Yeah.
like the pirate booty cheese puff
Yeah.
things.
And then there's like
that was
water.
at the end. And nobody ate
Yeah,
them.
yeah. Yeah, and then yesterday. Oh, sorry.
Well,
They
yeah,
also
we're
snacked
exhausted.
a little. I mean,
Per
we're always
usual.
exhausted. Let's be serious. It's our everyday. And yesterday they snacked a little. Like Ollie ate like 3 whole apples, like, and like a little bit we gave to
Oh,
Kai. Like
gosh.
Kai grabbed
Yeah.
it and he like shoved them in his face too. Like they, you know what? For the first time, and I can't even tell because it has happened before. But for the first time in a long time, they actually slept through the night.
Yeah.
Kai didn't like wake up for his bottle or anything. He was like so satisfied. And I was the one who woke up, and I was like, because it was weird. I'm so used to getting woken up at night. I must have just been like, why hasn't anybody woken me up? Like, I'm so confused,
Yeah.
which was so sad because I could have slept the whole night. But I was like, every now and then I just like wake up and be like, oh my God. And I'd feel so awake because I'd wake up like being like,
Yeah.
crap, like,
Almost like an alarm clock. kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Yeah, and I could have slept better, but I don't.
Back to my macro micro thing.
So sorry.
Just wanted to finish that in case anyone was interested about it. Micros, right? Like all of the vitamins and minerals that your body needs that you get from food. Mostly you get those from fruits and vegetables. But like if you're doing like fish, you're getting the oils, which is more of like the fats, but like you're also getting like some minerals. I mean, and like with meats, you're getting iron and so like meats, and then like chicken and other things are way more like macro focused foods. But yeah, so then I think I like to like what I want to do is look at all the things that they really enjoy or that they've enjoyed in like a cycle, to have that list of like, oh, these aren't working, let's try these.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they like spinach cooked this way, they like broccoli cooked this way, they like these kind
Oh,
of fruits.
freaking! I'll tell you. One time, Ollie was like super into the veggie trays, but like the broccoli and the carrots
Mhm.
only.
Yeah.
And he ate it all up. He did not care for the tomatoes. But honestly, who really does? Like, I mean, like sometimes that, but I don't think I would just
Yeah.
ever like pop them in my mouth like that. But I
Let
mean, it's
us
fine.
know
It's
if you're
whatever.
the person that eats the tomatoes.
Like, it's fine. Exciting. Good for you. Like, that's
Uh-huh.
awesome. They're really healthy.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
They got that lycopene.
Did you know that tomatoes are nightshades?
Mm-hmm. I did.
Deadly.
There's
Just
lots
kidding.
of things that are
I know.
nightshades
I'm
that
just
most people
saying.
don't know are
We were
nightshades.
literally we were just talking about tomatoes, so it was like specific.
There's a really cool chart that I found one time online, and it's like somewhere buried deep in my files, and I just stumble upon it once in a while, and I love it.
Oh, that's awesome when you do
It's
that.
like it's a really large PDF, so you can zoom in really far, and it's every single vegetable into its species and subspecies and origin. And it's like things you've like most of the things you've heard of, but there's some things you've never heard of. And the same with the fruit one. There's a fruit one and a vegetable one, and it's like literally every vegetable and every fruit. And obviously there's a lot of fruits that people think are vegetables, and some vegetables that are actually fruits, or vice versa.
Fun fact about Jesse: he is a certified raw vegan chef, so
I haven't
he
used a lot
knows.
of that knowledge in a while,
No,
but
but it's in there. It's in there,
yeah,
very deep, but it's in there.
somewhere back there is all of that stuff.
Yeah. So
But so I love that stuff, and you don't have to be healthy and be a
no, no,
parent
no.
um that makes healthy meals. But that's why I think it's a lot easier if you can think of those things. Like if everything that they like is like primarily protein based, it's like, okay, I need to find like a fat that they like right now.
Mm-hmm,
And if I
mm-hmm.
can't, like smoothies are the go-to, right? Because you can make a
Yeah, yeah.
smoothie anything, basically anything. So the
Yeah.
things that they don't like that they're
Like
not getting,
greens
yeah.
and
Like
well, not veggies,
I made a
but greens. Well, I
smoothie.
mean, spinach is a veggie.
I
Well,
made
is
a
spinach a green? I don't know.
yes, it's a green. It's a leafy vegetable. It's a
Mm-hmm,
leafy
that's what I
yeah.
said. Yep.
What was I even saying now?
You can put anything into smoothies.
Like yesterday
Yeah.
or the day before, one of those 2 days, I made a smoothie that was like I had some cut up strawberries and pineapple in the fridge that were starting to go bad because they weren't eating fast enough because they didn't like them like this week for some reason. Like your dad brings pineapple, cuts it up, and it's gone. Like it's just gone. And they're like, not today, Junior. So
Again.
I knew that it was gonna be good because it had like a bunch of like fresh, overly ripe pineapple and strawberries. But I have like I use Vega. It's either Vega or the um Garden of Eden brand of protein and greens. So it's like a protein powder that also has a bunch of greens in it. So I put that in there and some L-glutamine for like joint health for me. But I was like, it's fine if they have a little bit. It also is like good for gut health, but you don't have to do that. I'm just saying I added those things because those are the things that I was like, they're not getting these. Like they're not eating a lot of their vegetables. I buy the Evolution green juice too because they like that, and it's a little bit extra sugar, right? But it's mostly green vegetables, which is a bunch of micronutrients that most kids are not getting enough of because like it's just hard to make them eat them. Um, but yeah, oh my god, it's so much more quiet in here. I
Oh,
wonder,
I'm so sorry.
could you guys hear
Yeah,
the
I think they
difference?
could. I think I've heard.
Yeah.
on
It's
recordings.
the
Monitor. It's our
baby
baby
monitor.
monitor. I usually put
Dude,
it
that
on
was so
silent, but I
trippy.
forgot, and I was like, "What is that
Because
noise?"
I always have it really loud, and she always
Yeah.
has it on silent.
Well, yeah, because I
I
just
hear
watch
them
them.
rustling around, and then that makes my spidey sense get there faster. And then
Okay.
they're like, uptime is reduced. That's my efficiency.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, but yeah, but yeah. So like smoothies are a good way if you were to say, okay, like how do I know my kid's getting everything they need? It's like you don't have to like calculate it to like the decibel or the milligram. It's just like how many like what types of proteins are they liking? Oh, there's a couple.
Yeah.
Like what types of meals and like to have a lot of fat like avocado or hummus or fish or like the tuna with the mayo because mayo has a lot of fat like that's really good, you know what I mean? And then you go into the micros like the things that are like really common that people know about, like you need like calcium and potassium and iron. Like are they getting those things from the fruits and vegetables and like random stuff that they like, and like maybe even like the fortified cereals or whatever they're eating have a lot of B vitamins.
I'm so glad that you're here. What?
What?
Words? There were words. I
I'm
mean,
talking really fast. I'm
no,
sorry.
no, no. I'm just grateful that you have that information so that I don't have to remember it because my brain is
True.
already like overwhelmed. There was lots of information, and good thing you guys can rewind.
Because I mean, I was just giving an example
No,
of
it's
how
like
my mind
good.
works.
No,
It's not
it's
like they need
really
to
good.
remember all of that. But
No, it's actually like it's good information. It's good information. It's
yeah,
just
you could look up like you could go on Pinterest and look up like high protein kids meals. Like if you're like, oh, like I've just been giving them carbs for like 3 weeks now, and like you can also do like multivitamin gummies. Again, they have a lot of sugar per gummy, but like if you're getting your kids vitamins that they're not getting, like if they have like a little spike in sugar, or if they eat it with something that's more like dense that like kind of like balances their
absorb the
sugar
sugar.
level.
Yeah.
One thing I have noticed the last couple of days, they've been eating a lot of fruit, which is fine,
Yeah.
except Ollie eats it too fast,
And it hurts
and
his
he's like,
tummy.
my tummy hurts. I was like, dude, it's because you didn't eat any of your oatmeal and you just shoved like a pound of blueberries in your face. He did that this morning.
He does do that.
He's like, my tummy doesn't feel good, and I was like, do you have to go to the bathroom?
That's the
No.
first question.
And I was like, okay, well, it's probably just because you ate your food too fast. So just sit for a second, relax, and then see if it feels better. Yeah. But so right now, that's like a note I'm making. Like, I need to balance that better because they're getting a lot of the micronutrients that come along with those fruits, but like, it's like too much, uh,
Sugar.
too much sugar and not enough like
Fiber.
no fruits
Um,
fruits and vegetables have a lot of fiber. It like not enough like
Carbs.
substance. Yeah,
Okay.
like carbs, like not enough substance to keep them full for long. You know what I mean? Like they'll be too
Mm-hmm.
regular.
Mm-hmm.
Um yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
then I
kind
mean
of,
for the sorry.
I was just gonna say, I kind of remember a little bit of like how sugar works
Mhm.
just from when I was pregnant with Kai because I had gestational diabetes and so I had to like know a lot of information about like the foods that I was eating and how to keep my sugar
Mhm.
like if you had I guess carbs. I can't remember obviously, but if you ate sugar with carbs, it would slow down the intake of the sugar. Not necessarily like you didn't
Uh-huh.
get as much sugar. It just slowed down the like intake speed. But if you just have like sugar, it's like phew, like
Mhm.
straight.
Yeah. But also with the diet you were supposed to be eating with gestational diabetes, didn't it have to be like low carb too?
Yeah, it did. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Because
it did something
because
to
carbs
yeah.
because carbs turn into sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Which
even though
is
it
yeah,
like
one of the
slowed the intake of
necessary,
like
but
the sugar, like if you have
like
carbs with
balanced.
sugar, then like it slows the intake, but on the in the long run, the carbs also become sugar, so it's
Hmm.
like higher sugar than what
Yeah.
your liver can process.
This is gonna be a complete turnaround. But you know what? You know what is the biggest food trap for parents in parenting. Like, it's just like this torturous cycle where, as a stay-at-home parent or like on the weekend, like, kids are a lot. Like, it's a lot to constantly focus on somebody else's needs and wants while neglecting your own.
Yes.
Like, it really is, like, it's difficult. It's a like it's a very difficult thing to do. And so there's one, when you're responsible for children, there's also less opportunity to self medicate or self soothe.
Oh,
You
yes.
know what I mean? Like, obviously you can't drink. You can't, there's not a lot that you can, like, you don't have that moment to do maybe some of the things that are easier and quicker. So, like, what do you, like, the only one you really can is food, because you're already around it. Like, you're already making it. It's like, if you need something for comfort, like while you're cooking in the kitchen, like you can turn to that.
Like, can you give an example?
Well, like, I don't think either of us would really be struggling with candy or like like potato chips, and you know what I mean, like those things, if we didn't have to like feel like we had to de-stress like a little bit, or that we deserved it because
Yeah.
of a really, really long day, because
Yeah.
of, like, specifically because of kids. So what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, like, for me, when during the day when it's like really hard, like, I'll stress eat, and like I'll like finish their food and like keep like picking at things while I'm cleaning,
Mm-hmm.
because it's just like, oh my god, like, it's like they're going crazy and I'm trying to clean and I can't clean, but I'm
I
trying to
feel
clean.
the opposite, really.
I know you got like a food aversion, and then you choose not to eat anything until after they're absolutely like dead, passed out.
Listen to me. Like whereas you stress eat, when
Uh-huh.
I'm stressed and there's still stressors going on, I can't eat.
You're
Like,
like
it's
nauseous
just not
almost.
like, yeah, it makes me nauseous. Like, I
Yeah.
feel hurried, it's rushed. I can't. It hurts my stomach. I can't eat under those
Yeah.
circumstances. In fact, today, only because I didn't, whatever, it doesn't matter, but I didn't have breakfast and I had lunch at like 1 o'clock ish, like a little at like 1:30.
Yeah.
And this is like just running on coffee. And I had like a little bit, like I had a little Caesar salad and some like sweet potato fries. And
I thought you were gonna say I had a seizure. I was like,
oh,
whoa. Well, you
no.
didn't tell me that one, babe.
No, thank goodness no. But yeah, and so then I come home and I don't snack at work obviously. And I came home and I like rushed through my food like just with the kids cuz I was hungry because I literally had only eaten 2 meals a day and now my tummy hurts. Like right now, physically right now in this instant as we're doing our podcast, I feel a little nauseous because I rushed ate up there with the children. They were like everybody was talking. I
Yeah.
was like shoving food in my face because I was really hungry. And maybe I ate too fast too for how hungry I was. I don't know, but like I'm definitely nauseous, and that's why I don't like. I eat so slowly.
That's true.
I eat so insane, and I always have. My mom, when I was like little, when I was like 3-ish, and she would like give me cereal, it would take me like a half hour to eat a bowl of cereal. My parents would be like, it was mush. It was basically mush, but I was still just like chewing for like
So you
longer
weren't
than
like
normal
Ollie, where you would
periods.
like get up and like go do stuff and then come back and eat. Like,
Well, my
you would
parents
just
didn't
sit
let
there.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like but I just eat slow. I'm just a very slow eater and I do not like being rushed. But Ollie is like, I'm gonna take a couple bites and I'm gonna go. But I'm gonna come back and take a couple bites and then I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
We have a family friend who, like she said, like for her family, she would just like set out like veggies. She would like buy veggies and fruits and stuff and cut them out and just set them out on the table. I think that's what's going to work for when Kai is Ollie's age and they can just like,
It's like back and forth, just grab things.
mm-hmm.
Yep. I think so too. That'll be nice.
Yeah, that will be nice because then there's always like a snack. They'll always like
Yeah.
have things there.
Yeah. But I think in a way you prove the point that I was trying to get to when you said like you get nauseous when you eat, and so you don't eat even when you need to or would eat because of your anxiety and just like overwhelmed from the day. right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like whether you stress eat like me or don't eat like you, that's still a food problem.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry.
And that's what I'm saying. Like that's like the trap is that like you need to be regular and eat healthy to have enough energy to like not get overwhelmed or to be like the like closer to the parent you want to be. That's right. That's just me
I
going
was
back
like,
here with
Jesus.
like this
Like a
like
huge tarantula
thing.
or something. My God.
uh no, but like you need that to have the energy and like the stable blood sugar to not lose your shit and like be present and be conscious and not like kind of drifty, right? Or like if you stress eat and overeat during the day like me to like drown all that crap out, like then like you're sluggish and you just don't feel good because you know like it's too much or like you're not giving your body time to fully digest. You're just like eating a little throughout the day,
Mm-hmm.
and, like whatever. Like you just don't feel good and like you can't. You're like they're like I want to go outside. Oh my god, I can't even fathom not being inside right now and like having to get up and get shoes for
Like
me
you're
and multiple
asking me to
children.
get
You know
off
what I
the
mean?
couch?
So it's just like this like like not great relationship that like you can control, but it's also really hard to. You know, it's like your body and your mind are saying we need a break, we need a break, we need a break, and because we can't get one, what can we do? What can we do to like drown this out
Mm.
or like remedy it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Either drown it out or remedy it. Like if you can't take a break,
Well,
like
cope. Like you need
yeah,
a way to
cope.
cope.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a coping skill.
exactly.
Yeah.
Cope. That's
Mm-hmm.
the word I was looking for. Like we need to find a way to cope, but everything you would do to cope actively works against your ability to be like to be an equal parent to if you were able to cope. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just like it just makes you a little bit more edgy.
Yeah.
It makes you
Yeah.
just a little and or lethargic and or like
Yeah.
out of energy. So
Yeah.
it's like that's why I think like for me food is that thing where I go to and like everyone during that period of time can be something else. I'm just saying because this is a food episode for me,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it seems like that's like a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like
You're
it's
worried about spiders now?
no, I just realized one of the things was off.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Uh, yeah, for me that's the thing.
Yeah.
The thing that's like if I ate less during the day, I would have more energy for parenting.
Yeah.
But I think I did really good today. I did pretty good today.
I feel like you rock started. Like that's 2 Tuesdays in a row.
Yeah, Tuesday's my day to kill it. It's the day that I would get the most done in business, and now it's the day that I get the most
Oh
done
my
at home.
God, I'm so not ready for tomorrow then, because I was such a slug last Wednesday.
Yeah, you were. You said you guys didn't do hardly anything. You know what activity looked really cool that I pinned on our Pinterest board of like kid activities?
Yes.
Uh, it was like, have you ever painted ice? And so you get paints and you paint the ice, and as it melts, it like looks really cool in the tray.
No way.
I feel like that it like so you'd have to find a paint that didn't like that was actually thick
Like
enough
a
or good enough to
watercolor?
like show it. Yeah,
Or like,
on a
oh,
piece of ice.
I see what you're saying. I see.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
like a really
it's pretty
thick
cool.
sort of like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you know what I was thinking about ice, actually? Like freezing watercolors, like putting like a not freezing watercolors, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like saturating like a little ice receptacle with like a certain watercolor and then another one with another color, like, and you do like a whole bunch of like watercolor cubes and then
Yeah,
you can paint with ice.
yeah. Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
You know, what would be a really cool way to teach color combinations would be if you had like an ice tray, but then like in the bottom, like you poked a hole
Yeah.
so that, or like maybe you freeze it in like a bag or something because it'll be like a one-time use. And then like you take two of the colors and then you let them melt together, and it would like show that those two colors make that
Yeah.
other color. I
Well,
feel like that.
yeah, you'd have to like, yeah.
Yeah. However, I don't know how you do it so that when it dripped, it was like perfect.
No, Kai.
Kai's awake. Oh,
Yeah.
buddy, he missed his mama
I'm
today.
gonna go. But maybe I'll be back. Maybe I won't. Honestly.
Yeah, he took forever to get to sleep. Um, well, I think I have more to talk about food. I'm always up for
I'm
talking
leaving
about
you
food.
with the expert.
Uh, um, I don't know necessarily if this has to do specifically with kids, but maybe your kids are at an age where this matters or makes sense. But do you remember back in the 90s? Maybe they still exist. I'm sure they do to some capacity. The edible slime that you could make, like you could do different colors, and then I might be remembering that wrong, but for some reason we were talking about the food colorings, and that's what it made me think of. Um, so food and kids. Yeah, about that. I'm trying to think if there's anything that Sam said that I didn't touch on that I wanted to like also talk about. I think like for me, I don't really know what Sam does on the days that I'm not here food wise, but like I guess for me food is so important, and it's like because I like, but one, because I like food, but also I know kind of what everything does for the body, as much as I can. And I haven't really done the research on how that applies to children at like what rates do they do they need more or less of, or like we were talking about at the start of the episode, like how many calories a 3-year-old 33-pound child needs to keep growing. Like I'm not sure what that exact amount or range is, but yeah, yeah, I wanted to talk about it because I wanted to see what Sam felt about it, and I think for her it's a lot harder, but for me, I'm like, okay, what do we have that they'll eat? And if we don't have anything, I'll literally take them to the store, because also having them in the car and then in the cart together, they love that process. And so like in a way food in the grocery store is something that's really easy for me to to like add to my parent day, and to in a way like I know that this chunk of time is going to be easy, because as long as I say no to toys at the store, or like if I know what I am going in with, and that they're okay with that, normally they're fine because they have fun with each other and distract each other and look at things, and it's just a great time. So for like I could see for if that wasn't the case, like if you didn't have the ability to take them to the store easily, or to be like do things on the fly, sometimes it's actually really hard, because you can try to meal plan at the start of the week, but you have to have like your meal plan and then your backup plan if you're going to do that. Because you could in a way as a parent choose to say like, you eat what I give you, and if you don't like it, you're not that hungry. I think that there's some validity to uh that approach, but I think I like food so much, and I'm specifically trying to make food as enjoyable as possible, so that they like to cook and be in the kitchen, and like don't feel intimidated by cooking or food as early as possible. Like when I'm cooking, I'm telling them what I'm doing, like why I'm doing it, how it's working, what it's going to taste like, what it smells like, anything that's like age appropriate, I let them do. And I think I'm really, really excited for that process. I see some people that are doing, what is it called, like Montessori method of like teaching their children or guiding their children, and it could be the wrong method. So I'm sorry if I have this incorrectly on the name of it, but like they have like perfectly sized things for them to like cut an avocado, you know what I mean? Or to like I don't like make a salsa. Like I just think it's really cool when that happens, and I haven't gone to that extent, but I'm really excited. I'm really excited for my kids to cook and to see how their relationship with food and like our relationship with food together grows, and like how I can make cooking exciting for them or feel like they have the ability to as early as possible. Uh yeah, I'm thinking for some of the things I do now, like with Kai, I'll help him stir the pot and I'll let him smell it, and like I feel like he just loves that. And like sometimes if it's like at a stage, like I'll let him taste it a little bit. So he's like 1. And so that like I don't do much else than that, but then also I'll put him in his little chair and let him observe, and I'll try to engage him while I'm cooking and like show him what I'm doing. And with Ollie, he doesn't always want to help in the kitchen, but I never force it. Again, like I don't want the kitchen to be a place where like he has either a neutral like
Like a negative.
and like you know what I mean, like not even negative, because even kids that don't like to cook, like they like food and they like the smells and stuff, but like then the other stuff, it's like makes it neutral, like the negative and the positive things.
I see what you mean. Mhm.
Because even if I never engaged them in kitchen work and just made and like forced them to eat just the foods that I made and like I chose, like they would they would still like have like a neutral relationship because it'd be good and all that whatever. But anyways, like I want them to have like an overly positive experiences, which is why I'm always like, what do you want to eat? And as long as I can make it happen, like I'll make it happen, or I'll be like, no, but we have this and this, and then there's all
Mhm.
like I don't think there's ever been a time really where it's been like, well, I can't find them anything to eat that we have or that
That
I'm
is
willing
like
to cook.
my daily struggle for real, for real.
I was saying that as you were leaving, that I think that our relationships with that part of their life are very different.
They are very different. I struggle with meal times. They're my least favorite part of the day. What do I feed them? What, like, can't they just like be fine?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I don't eat and I'm fine. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. Obviously, I'm gonna feed my children, but like,
No, you do,
it's
and I think you do
so
a good job.
stressful for me.
Yeah.
It literally is the bane of parenting for me. All the other stuff I can deal with. That's why cooks. He cooks. He is
That's
the
true.
cook. He cooks dinner. The other day we were playing. I've told this story multiple times to just like people in my life because I love it. But like the other day, it was like bedtime and I was like playing with Ollie, and Kai had gone to bed. I don't know, maybe I think he was putting Kai to bed,
Hmm.
and we were like playing babies. Like I had babies and Ollie had babies, but it was like dinner time, and like I was like, oh, I can. He was like, it's dinner time, and I was like, oh, I can cook, and he was like, no, I'm the dad, I'll cook, and I was like, oh, and it was like a nice gender stereotype breaking.
Yeah.
Um, it was really funny. And also, I just wanted to also touch on something that I think is also hilarious. So when I was pregnant, before I was pregnant, we talked a lot about like food and things because I don't want it to be like a thing. It just is what we believe. If you don't, that's fine. But like I wanted to involve I personally, like I said, you do whatever feels right for you. I personally wanted to involve Jesse in the decision making of like how I would eat, and like I welcomed like his input and everything
Well,
like
you're always
about.
like, I mean, if you're gonna make it, I'll eat it.
Yeah, that's exactly like what, like when I was pregnant, he was like, well, maybe I don't want you to eat like dairy while you're pregnant or meat or whatever the case might have been, right? Because I can't really remember the specifics of it anymore. And I was like, you know what, it's fine. Like I don't mind
I
eating
was just
healthy.
like,
Like
they're
I
gonna
don't.
get the most like perfect nutrition possible for your body.
Yeah, for the baby and everything. And I was just like, you know what? He cares. I respect that. I don't care. I'm not gonna cook. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Um, and obviously that all went to hell with my hyperemesis.
Gestational di
Well, no, with
Yeah,
my
your hyperemesis, yeah.
hyperemesis. I ate so well when I had gestational diabetes, but
That's
with
very
my
true.
hyperemesis, like literally there were 2 months where I only ate hot Cheeto puffs. That's all I ate.
Yeah.
Anything else, I would smell it and I would instantly, things would come out. And then if ever I felt like nauseous, I would just open a bag and smell it and it would calm me. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. So obviously plans didn't come to fruition in
Yeah.
that sense.
That
So,
was
but
so
like
funny.
we were like, okay, but that's fine. Like, okay, fine. I mean, it is what it is. But when he's born, Jesse was like, we're never feeding him. Like, we're never going to fast food restaurants. He's gonna be fed like vegan pretty much,
I
like
don't want
no
any
meat.
sugar, like processed foods.
You know what we failed? Listen, if you have in some way or another, like, made it a possibility for you in your life with your children to follow through with like whatever choices you wanted, like, that's amazing. Holy
Yeah.
jeez. Like, how crazy cool is that? Like, I applaud you.
Yeah.
I am in no way like judging or whatever. Like, that is so cool. Like, I wish, we wish. I don't know how it came to be. Probably because like there was a lot more influencing, like probably from like my parents and your parents and stuff. And like sometimes, like especially my recovery
That's very true.
from with Ollie was like was like long, like longer than I was still recovering pretty much when he was like starting to eat solids.
Yeah.
And it was just like, and we had people helping us because I was recovering. I was like full-time in school as a student. Um Sometimes he would get a little bit of meat. It just is what it is. Like Ollie, Jesse wasn't like way on board, but like if we could help it,
Hmm.
like we wouldn't. But then like Ollie, like your kids are your own person, are their own person.
Yeah.
And Ollie was like, no,
He is the biggest
absolutely not.
carnivore.
I want meat. And
He
we would be
is.
like, try some. No. And I swear to you, I feel like Ollie is so stubborn. He would die before he ate something he didn't want.
It's true.
He
I
would,
think he'd get close to starving.
I think he would
He'd get
too.
close to starving before he ate something he didn't want to eat.
Yeah, he would push that boundary. Like he already does push that boundary as far as he possibly
I mean,
can.
he was never a messy eater. Like he was a very clean eater. He didn't like being dirty. Like we never had to clean up messes. Like just his bib where things accidentally fell.
Yeah.
Like he would never like squish things and put them
He's
everywhere.
not a very sensory person.
Yeah, he doesn't like sensory
he
stuff.
just doesn't like
exactly.
them.
So I think the texture or taste or something that he doesn't want in his mouth, like he just doesn't want it. And it's yeah.
Yeah.
But he was definitely like
Yeah.
I feel like yeah, I just in my mind and I still think this like universally holds true that a like a vegan lifestyle is the healthiest lifestyle you can have for the majority of people who don't already have unrepairable illnesses or damages to their
Or
body that don't allow
pre-existing
them
conditions or
yeah
things
or
of that
yeah
nature.
or severe allergies to those things like to
Yeah,
a lot
like
of those
nuts or
things
seeds or veggies
but like barring any of those
or
cases
fruits.
like it is, but the caveat is that it has to be very meticulously planned.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, I won't get too far into why that is. If you care about why, then we can chat about that, like on social media or something, because that's like a lot more of a big, like not kid discussion.
Mm-hmm.
But like I just kind of believe that to be true.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you have to know what you're getting and how you're getting it and how much, and make sure that you're like hunting for those micronutrients
Mm-hmm.
and like balancing your carb and protein ratios, like because otherwise things will go wrong in your
Yeah.
body.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I would
whereas
like
we
I
overeat. Like,
personally
yeah,
me, like I could be vegan, but like you said, it would take a lot of planning. Like I
yeah,
have
you'd
a
have,
thing in
yeah,
my like in
yeah.
my own personal like health. I have a thing where I'm very prone to anemia, very prone to anemia. Like I will get anemic very easily if I don't eat a lot of iron. I
Mhm.
can't take iron supplements except for this one that I found that was like liquidy and I could do that one fairly well. But I haven't bought that in a long time. Like look at me,
Yeah.
I'm a mess. Like are you kidding? When am I going to remember to do that for myself?
Well, that's kind of what I'm saying though. Well, that's what I'm
Mhm.
saying is like it has to be pretty meticulous, and because like you're going for like efficiency. You're
Yeah.
not like
Yeah.
most people, like in general, actually overeat, and they get more of some things than they need and less of others, but their body's able to compensate just because of the sheer amount of things going into our body. Like when you start eating more consciously, like you don't really need that much.
Mhm.
But with children, one, I'm not saying like for my, like I'm not perfect either, and that's kind of like with kids, like you think, like for me, I was thinking, oh well, I'm gonna be home more, and so I'll be able to get into a habit because we're gonna have to feed them anyways, so it's gonna force us into the kitchen anyways. And one of the biggest problems with being one of the biggest problems with trying to stick to any kind of like health regimen where a lot of it requires prep and like kitchen time is you don't have that time. But if you're already there anyways because you have kids and you have to be there, like why not make it like why not actually be able to create that habit? And it's because kids. not only not only do for our sanity we need some form of coping mechanism, which usually includes at to some degree not going more towards nostalgic foods and comfort foods, or overindulging so that we feel something other than emotional stress. Like I like physical discomfort over emotional stress, at least for as like sometimes to get that mental break,
Mhm.
right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
like and so and just ease, right? Like sometimes you're like, what's more important here? My kid getting optimal nutrition or us having like deep playtime together, or being able to clean their bathroom so that it's not like an infectious mess. You know what I mean? Like, or getting everything ready for bed or the next activity ready, or like taking them to a
A
park.
park
Yeah,
or
it's
yeah.
like you have to weigh those things, like your sanity, your time, and everything that your kid needs, not just their physical health. And then also what you're actually able to feed them. Like, am I going to fight this kid to just eat spinach for 5 days, like until he actually does? Or am I going to like find a way to get him other things while eating just the crap that he likes right now,
Mhm. Mhm.
whenever that is?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
smoothies are always the answer.
Mhm.
It's funny because when she met me, everyone that you knew me as Smoothie Guy,
Yeah, that was our nickname for him. Like me and my friends.
because
Like,
I always
oh,
had
who?
some kind of smoothie with me.
Yeah, he became smoothie guy. Yeah, and the kids love the smoothies. Oh my gosh, they drink them up.
Yeah.
It's like a whole meal in that smoothie, and then I don't like for you probably too, but like I personally love when they do that when they get the smoothies because it's like they get
Hmm.
greens, they get proteins, they get everything they absolutely need. I don't have to worry about food. That's their food.
Yeah.
And then we can like give
Yeah.
them like a crunchy snack or like they like nuts. We like smush them for Kai and we like make sure that
Hmm.
Ollie knows to chew. We're like very observant. We don't just like give it to them and walk away. Um or like carrots. We don't give Kai carrots. But I mean, yeah, we just don't give Kai
He's
carrots.
doing really good though, with even like he'll shove a chunk of apple in his
My
mouth and he'll
gosh.
actually chew it until he's comfortable swallowing
Sometimes though, I see him just like
it. Yeah, true. But never choking, really. Like he only fake chokes, he gags himself and chokes on water every time. But when it comes to food, he's
like
fine.
I'm gonna knock on wood, but yeah, like
Yeah.
he
You do
like
that just
for
for a
sure
second.
he um he anybody else's kid? Just
Yeah.
ours? Probably not. But
Speaking,
like
oh, go ahead.
Jesus, he like shoves the fingers and chokes like literally to the point where like his eyes become watery. And you take your Jesus Christ, stop
But,
that. And he looks
you
at you and
know,
he's like,
you know, being ill, like regurgitating, is one of my least favorite feelings. It's a feeling that most people despise. I've always thought it was weird when some people can just like do it and be like, that sucks, but whatever.
that's Kai. He's like,
That's what I'm saying. Like he might have a neutral positive relationship with regurgitating in the way that like being sick will be uncomfortable, but he like the anticipation of that and that feeling won't be like an issue for him. Which, I mean, if he can go through life not hating that, even if it's just like this sucks, but like I hate it. Like I will do anything to avoid that feeling. Anything.
I hate that feeling because it gives me PTSD from my.
I know. But like for you, watching you for 9 months be like, I'm just gonna get it over with. I know it's coming. I'm gonna get it over with. I'm gonna do everything.
Yeah, are you kidding?
I'm like
no.
I will literally be in agony, pushing it down with every ounce and fiber of willpower that I have for like hours, rather than like if
doing
someone
it just once
yeah,
and letting
yeah,
it go.
if someone
and then,
was like,
having your.
it'll be 5 minutes, just let go. Like I promise you, like I've seen the future. It will be 5 minutes. I'll be like, I'll take that 6 hours of agony, please. Thank you.
It's insanity.
I know.
To me.
I know that I have a friend who is sometimes on these podcasts watching. He's not, but who feels the exact same way. Exact same way. Like we're soul brothers in that way. But
that's so crazy to me. Why would you put yourself in pain?
I can't let it come up. I just can't.
Like, I just want to say I'm so sorry. We should have trigger warned that, but like, we'll
feel like
trigger
we're-
warn
I feel
that
like we're
when
kind
we
of-
put it on for the podcast. But like for like when we do the audio and stuff for platforms and stuff. But like, okay, I had hyperemesis with both of my kids, and with Ollie, it was so bad. And after like 9 months of just straight up feeling the way that he's feeling, I just want to get it over with and not feel that pain anymore. Like, and not feel that uncomfortable, horrifying grossness anymore. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. It like anytime I even start to feel like I'm like right now when I'm nauseous, I take medicine immediately. Whatever medicine I have that will get rid of this, I take it instantly. I will not feel like this again. It is the worst feeling. And I can't believe that you would rather feel like this than just get it over with.
Yeah. And that's actually really funny because we probably would not have Oliver today if I was the female. Yeah, I could not imagine feeling that feeling for 9 months. Like,
but like, here's the thing, like at least with my hyperemesis, like that you can't stop it. Like you can try all you want. No, you can't.
At a certain until a certain point in most states you can. That's
no. I'm talking I'm talking about like the feeling. Like I'm talking about the feeling. Like
there's no way to stop it.
There's no way to stop it.
And almost any time you're nauseous for any reason, there's a reason, and you can't just tell your body not to.
Yeah.
You know.
No, but I'm saying like you can't stop it.
Oh yeah.
Like sometimes you're just like, it's okay. I'm not gonna. Blah.
Yeah, I know, but that's why I couldn't do it. Because I mean, I would probably almost it'd be like literally the thing that I hate battling with almost the most in life, besides anything that I haven't had or won't have in the future. Like, I couldn't do that for 9 months. It would break me. It would mentally break me. For anyone that's read this like sort of true series, it would literally be like me being tortured by one of the Mordsith, like for 9 months. Like that's what I'd have to partition my mind for 9 months. You know what I mean? And just be ghosts. Like just be ghosts.
Well, that's what I was.
That's true. That's true.
That's exactly. I just lived in a daze.
It's like,
I did not
it's
know.
like when an animal is already in the clutches of like its predator,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not dead yet, but they're gone. Like they're already gone.
Like when you turn a shark over, or when you turn a hen, like a chicken over,
Yeah.
and they're just like, well, I've died now.
Yeah, like,
That's
and
the
then
end
you
of
turn
my
them back
life.
over, and it takes a minute for their soul to come back into their body, and like for them to like wake up.
They're like, oh, I guess I didn't. Yay
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, that's a fun surprise. This day's not so bad after all. But yeah, like literally like that. Yeah. So
Okay. On that
while we're
note.
I want to say one last thing while we're on the topic of food. That's about fiber.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because Kai has an issue where his poop turns into like literally hard rabbit pellets. Like, and we're like, we're getting him enough water. Like he he will like drown himself in water. He loves drinking water, so it's not dehydration. What is it? And our pediatrician was like, have you tried fiber? So we bought him these like, and like you can find these pretty much with in any aisle that's like the baby food and stuff. Protein plus like protein fiber bars that are like fruit, like really fibrous, like fruit and vegetable stuff. And normally we only have to give him like half of one of those a day. But then if he has more fats, like avocado, again, like his go-tos, Kai's, are like avocado, hummus. He likes meat and pork,
And
like
fish.
bacon and fish, like all those really like good fats. Like they make him a lot more regular, but we have to keep up on it because it's like with him, like if we slack on it,
He'll get constipated
Yeah.
for like days.
yeah,
And then it'll all come out. And thankfully, like this is a fun piece of like advice, whatever that's called.
Tip.
Oh yeah. So we've actually only had like 1 or 2, maybe 3 blowouts in all of Kai's life. But you know why? Because when we had Kai, Ollie was still in diapers. And then at around the 6-month
Oh.
mark-ish, like Kai
Yeah, we've
I think
almost
we
never
just
had
ran
any
out of
accidents
diapers
or,
for
like,
Kai.
overflows.
or something. I don't
Yeah.
know what happened. But we had a whole bunch of Ollie diapers. So we just started
Like size 5. And then
size 6.
we had some extra size 5s, and
Yeah.
then
So we used up all those size 5s when he was like 6 months. And then we've just ever since they lasted like maybe 2 weeks, I don't know. And then we just like
Yeah.
put all these diapers on Kai, and they were like size 6.
So they were
like
wearing the
this
same diaper for a few months, like before Ollie was potty trained.
got potty trained.
Yeah.
And yeah, he he sleeps through the night for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah,
we never have any blowouts.
We have
just,
like 4 diaper changes a day.
Yeah, oversize his diapers.
But you know what though? They weren't that oversized. His legs were a lot chunkier and baby fatty. Like if we would have tried to put those on Ollie when he was that big, he still would have had
fallen off,
accidents,
like, yeah.
because stuff would be just going out of the diaper.
Yeah, but Kai is like
Yeah, but Ollie had weekly, if not multiple time a weeks, like blowouts, having to change his pants, like changing the bedspreads. Like we have only had to change the bedspread for Kai once.
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah.
And there's only been 2 or 3 times where his diaper was like full and like overflowing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But not very yeah.
Like overnight,
Yeah.
not like we just leave him in
So
it
that's-
until it's like horrifying. We change it as we see it. Like we're not like, oh, it's been like 5 hours, I'll give it a
Yeah.
couple more. No, we're like, no, I should change your diaper. And we do. We change it as regularly as we possibly can. Anytime we remember, anytime we see that he's wet, we'll change it. You know, but like, yeah, we haven't had any issues.
Yeah.
But I do know that the larger that the diapers get, the more expensive they are. But for us, it was worth it.
True.
Yeah.
Because we were buying them anyways.
Yeah, because we were buying them anyway for Ollie, and so we were just
Yeah.
like, might as well buy the same size, same
made it
everything for
simple.
Kai. Just like don't have to be like, oh crap, I put
Yeah.
Kai's diaper on Ollie. I mean, and it would have fit him, but it would have been like tight, but it would have fit him because Ollie is
We
like
had to do that once though.
Yeah, we did. And actually, we also before we started doing that, we also actually my mom I don't remember what it was, but we were like in the
I
car
remember that,
and
yeah.
we forgot to bring Kai's diapers. So my mom had to put all these diapers on Kai, and it was like, oh, we can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would never even crossed our
yeah,
mind.
yeah,
It's so
yeah.
silly.
I know.
Yeah. Well, we came full circle. We talked about what comes in and what goes out in the whole food process with children.
Oh, I'm gonna have to trigger warning this so bad when I upload it onto the platform.
If there are
That's fine.
parents, if there
No,
are
that's why
parents in
some
here,
parents still have trigger warnings.
if there are parents in here that aren't dealing with poop or haven't, well, I mean, I guess once you get past that stage, you're not really dealing with it.
Do girls get just as obsessed with poop as boys? I don't know. Please tell me.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, that concludes our podcast. Thank you for listening. And we'll see you next week. Same
Or
time, same
tomorrow
place.
if you join us for our
Yes. But
game streams.
barring that, we'll see you next week.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you for joining us. Bye.